Hi, comic book fans. Welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. It's a Monday night. It's the price variance. And as usual, Allan has produced a great list looking at the hottest Silver Age comics of the week. And this week he's got a little theme going, which I'll let Allan explain. I will apologize in advance. The school next door has got its summer fete, and you may be able to pick up a live band that he's playing on my microphone. So we may get a strike for copyright infringement. Let's hope not. Right. So let's go straight to the shared screen. And let's go and have a look at the first comic we're going to be talking about. Oh, My Greatest Adventure.
Yeah.
Allan, do you want to explain your theme?
So the theme is high grade copies, not necessarily keys. So these are run fillers for the most part, but they're just either the highest graded copy or in that top graded tier of books. And these are sales that you just don't see very often. So when they come up, usually they'll hit a record, right? And it's just curious. Like, this is really judging the health of the market. Like, you would think that when it's a book that isn't really necessarily a key or anything really pushing it, that during a soft market, well, you'd think that those books would be the first ones that people would ignore, right?
Yeah.
So is that the case, or is there something else going on?
I mean, I love this cover. I
love this cover too. Actually, when I saw this book, I was like, that's a pretty cool cover. I actually really like My Greatest Adventure.
Although it's not a key, sometimes I think the quality of the cover
is a great cover. Yeah,
that's a great dragon cover. If you collect dragon covers, that's a one to have, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a great cover. My Greatest Adventure is also the title that launched Doom Patrol.
Yes.
So it's a very important title for that.
Right. So there's only 11 of these.
Very rare. Yeah. So this is, but I think the reason there's only 11 is not because it's you're not going to be able to find it out in the wild. It's that it's just a cheap book normally.
Yeah, this is the type of comic you'll find knocking around in mid to low grade in dollar bins.
Yeah. Well, not quite dollar bins, but close. Yeah.
Anyway, this is the highest graded. So this is the highest graded of this comic.
Okay, so you gotta ignore the second line. So just click out. Yeah. That's the better way to look at it. So the price on this one has climbed. I sometimes the go collect thing can kind of throw you off.
$30.
Is it only $30 more?
Yeah, $9.60 to $9.90.
Yeah, I mean, it's lower on the list, but it is a record, new record. If you do the math in terms of like inflation, maybe it's actually down.
Yeah.
but it is still a strong sale.
I mean, there's only one of these. So if you were the person who bought this, the same person who bought this for $9.60 in 2021, sold it 2 years later for $9.90. I don't think they were running all the way to the bank with their profits, were they?
Oh yeah. But it does show that it holds its value.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's held its value.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a 2-year period. I mean,
yeah.
And it's not a key. As I said, it's a cute cover. I like the cover. The fact that there's only 11 on the census is really funny, I thought. But yeah.
Right. Okay. Interesting one. I like the cover. Right. Oh, Secret Six. We don't see that often.
This is another non-key
high grade,
and really high grade. So the reason I like this one especially is it's a 9.8.
Yeah.
The chances of a 9.9 popping up
from 1968 is impossible, surely.
Yeah, so that's my thought. So I thought, okay, we're going to judge this as being the highest grade.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So it's Secret Six, and it's sold for 606. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cute
I
that the
can't
number
imagine many
is.
of these that have ever sold.
Yeah.
There's only two. Again, there's only 26 on the census. There's two 9.8s.
9.8s, yeah.
Has it ever sold before? Or was that the first ever
Yeah.
sale?
This is, oh yeah, actually, sorry, this is the first sale.
Yeah.
So, but what you have to do whenever you get these kind of 9.8s that are the first sale, you should compare it to the 9.6.
Okay, let's have a look at the 9.6 then.
So we got a 606 sale for the 9.8, and we got a what?
A 175 sale for the 9.6 2 years
So
ago.
so here's the rule of thumb that I use. I say 2 to 3 times. So if a
Well,
nine
that's
six
about
sells
right.
for,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So if a 9.6 sells for about 200, well, then you expect it to go for about 3 times that, or 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
If it's on that 3 times, that's actually a very strong sale because it's sort of at the high end of that kind of thing. I just use that 2 to 3 times. It's a good rule of thumb. You can kind of check 9.8s to 9.6s. It kind of follows that.
Yeah.
So this was a strong sale. Is my
Yeah,
point.
it was a strong sell on that basis. Yeah.
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 So yeah.
I think I've got issue 1 and 2 of this in quite high grade.
Oh really?
Yeah. So let's check. I'm fairly sure.
I have issue 1, which is actually I think their first appearance.
Oh, I've
that
definitely got issues. No, I have got issues 1 and 2 of this. Yeah, there we go. It's this
So
great.
issue 1 is their first appearance.
Yeah, I've got this in a high grade. This I've got both these are picked up in an auction, really high grade. I might get them
Oh,
graded.
nice.
I might get them
So
graded. That one.
so number 1 actually was hot for a little while.
Was it? Why?
They were talking about making a TV series for them,
Okay.
and it just didn't go anywhere. So it went really, like if you look at the chart on this
There's
one,
no 9.8s on the number 1.
yeah. But if you look at the chart, it's got the COVID. It probably has a bit of a bump on it because it was hot for a little while, and then kind of petered off.
It's not too much of a bump.
Yeah, well, that's maybe because it's a
no, it's
DC
not come
book.
down at all. So it's held its price.
Yeah, maybe it's because it's a DC book.
Yeah.
DC books generally don't spike as much as like Marvel books. Marvel books go crazy, and then people realize that they were crazy, and they drop.
I didn't think these were worth anything. I'm going to have to dig these out because I think mine.
Yeah, no, actually, as I said, it was a hot book for a while. I picked up a copy, during the hype actually, which is probably the worst time. But
I picked mine up for almost nothing.
Yeah, I paid
$20
$20 actually. I got it. I picked up the cheapest copy I could, but it was a nice copy. So.
Oh, I haven't tried to grade it, but I know both of these are really nice copies.
Mm-hmm.
Get those graded.
Yeah, it's worth getting graded if you have number 1.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
and it's a low census count too. Look,
it's still only 159 for number 1. I actually prefer the cover of number 2. This is
number 2 is a nice cover.
That's a Nick Cardy cover.
Yeah, I can tell
him a mile away. These colors.
Yeah, Nick Cardy is just awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to dig mine out. I might take those into CGC now. That's been interesting, Alan. Thank you for that. Right. Where are we going next? Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. So I always liked looking at the full market as much as possible, not just the superheroes. Let's look at some Disney stuff. Like, I have viewers on my channel that, will watch for those.
Oh, I know you. Well, you've got a good collection of Disney stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I have like sexy girl covers and then Mickey Mouse. It's like such a
well, yes. Well, from different stages of your childhood, we've got the Mickey Mouse bit up till you're about 11, and then as puberty hits, we go into the sexy girl phase.
Yeah. and then we never grow out of that one. But I thought this, this is a cute cover. I think it's a file copy.
It's very nice.
It is a nice copy.
But it's not a key or anything.
Nope.
What did this sell for? 336 for a 9.6. That sounds pretty low to me.
Yeah, it's a reasonable price. Actually, it is a record, I believe.
Oh, there's hardly any of them.
Yeah. Well, it's a file copy. So the cool thing about Disney comics is above a 6, they're extremely rare. And the only reason we do have like these high grade copies is generally Dell had like 2 copies that it would keep aside for all their books.
And who sells these Dell file copies? Who's got them?
I have no idea how they get to the market. Maybe when Dell closed up shop, collectors picked all these books up. Who knows? I have no idea how they, I don't know that part of the story, but
I actually think that's a pretty good buy at 336 for the.
Yeah, I mean, but if you look at it, only a few years back, it was like under 200.
Well, it's $68.
Yeah.
Or 84, 10 years ago. But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing special about it. It's just a really high grade, nice looking copy.
Yeah.
And it's doing all right. That's doing all right. It's got some value to it because of its rarity and highest graded. I can't see.
As I said, it's only.
I can't see anybody finding a 9.8 of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's only the file copies. Yeah. So, what's interesting about Disney is like usually, as I said, above a 6 is where you see the jump in price.
Yeah.
Because there's just like they were given to kids. And kids are notoriously bad on comics, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so, we could get a Schwinn debutante bike for $69.95. That sounds
you could trade your comic for a bike.
That's expensive. 1960, $60, $70 for a bike. That sounds pricey.
Well, Schwinns are like the Rolls Royce of bikes, right?
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they were expensive bikes, but they were cool.
I believe you. Right, we didn't have them in the UK. Okay.
Okay.
We did have bicycles. We didn't have Schwinns.
Schwinn.
All right.
Again, this is another non-key-ish.
A non-key-ish. It's an early-ish Avengers, but I agree with you.
It does have some notation there. Can you read? Just zoom in.
It says Pacific Coast pedigree. So it's a pedigree. This is a pedigree.
It's a pedigree, but it's not a recognized pedigree. Like what I mean by recognized, where it's a gold label. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. Okay. Still a nice looking copy.
Yeah, I mean, it's, as I said, these books are either the highest grade or second highest graded copies, right? Of non-key books.
Captain America appears to be rescuing Wanda because she can't swim.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not a great cover in my opinion. But
it's not a great cover, is it? We're focusing on Captain America doing his life-saving backstroke.
Yeah, it reminds me of
rather than focusing on this large orange monster that's behind.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know why, but when I looked at this cover the first time, there's like in those water parks, where they have the wave thing, the wave pool.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. I don't know why. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, I don't think this is Jack Kirby's finest day. Right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What grade was it? 9.6.
9.6. So it's the second highest grade.
It's the second highest grade. But
it's a strong sale.
No, that hasn't had a blip.
And this is like
this is bypassed the blip. So October 2021 was blippy time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this is a really strong sale. I was surprised by this one. I was surprised that, for example, this is a totally non-key, not a necessarily awesome cover or anything.
Yeah, but look at the census count on this. 425. That's low.
Yeah, that's low because it's not there's nothing special about this book.
No.
It's just the early Avengers,
It's
Silver Age
Captain
Avengers.
America getting his life-saving badge.
Yeah.
Did you do that in the States? We used to do when
Yep.
we learned to swim. We used to get our life-saving badge in the swimming pool.
Yep. Yeah, we did that too. Yeah, I took swimming as a kid. You had to do all this thing where you grab like somebody and drag them across the pool.
Did you have to blow your pajamas up and use them as a buoy?
Oh, was a floater? Like
Yeah.
yeah, we did that actually.
Oh, good. Sounds like you've had the same training. Obviously, the British Swimming
British
Association.
and Canadian are usually similar.
Yeah, British Swimming Association probably closely aligned to the Canadian Swimming Association.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
My
I don't know. I
problem
thought
is
this was an
I
interesting
don't
sale.
wear any pajamas. So if I do end up drowning somewhere, I won't have any pajamas to make them into buoyant
Well,
aid.
what you got to do is when you're drowning,
Yeah.
run
Okay.
home,
Yeah.
go to your drawer, get your pajamas, go back to drowning,
Okay.
then make it into a life preserver.
Okay. Right. Fine. I mean, it looks as if Wanda might have some pajamas on, but she hasn't. She's not taking them off. Right. Okay.
Which would have made a better book. Um, so yeah. So I don't
Right.
know. Interesting sale.
Yeah, that's a very
So this
strong
is
sale.
Avengers. What number? Avengers
27.
27. So early Avengers. You're basically buying an early Avengers. That's
You
the
are.
whole theme here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm surprised Stan let Jack get away with that cover. Right. Oh, we got another early Avengers.
Yeah. This one I thought was really cool.
2 issues on, and Stan has had a good word with Jack. And
A lot more action on this cover.
There's much more action, and we can actually see, the baddies, and there's no life saving going, no, British Swimming Association life saving badge going
This
on.
is Avengers 29. What's the writing say on this one? Always like reading the CGC notes.
Stan Lee's story, Don Heck. Jack Kirby's been banned. He's so bad on number 27.
On the previous one.
He's kicked him out, and we've got Don Heck and Frank Giacomo.
So Don Heck is like, there's actually collectors for Don Heck.
Yes.
He's kind of a major artist.
Swordman, Black Widow, and Power Man appearance.
So yeah, but not a key really.
No.
Unless you're a Don Heck collector.
Well, it's a good cover. I quite like the cover.
Yeah, not a bad cover. I'm not super wild about it, but yeah, it's not a bad cover.
What was that? A 9.6?
Yeah. So second highest graded.
Yeah.
I don't think the 9.8 comes up that often.
Look at this. This is a strong sale.
That's what I'm saying. When I saw this, I was like, what?
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That's completely off the scale.
Yeah. This is like 3-4 times normal.
Right. I could have bought 10 of those first appearance of the Vision for this.
Yeah. But it's crazy. So I was like, oh, that's really well off this.
What's very odd here, Alan, is that these two Avengers here have sold for really high amounts, and the first one we looked at on your channel, the first appearance,
which was actually a key,
is actually a
sideways. Yeah, it was sideways.
Yeah.
So that's really what I was kind of interested in here, and that's why the theme. That's why I was looking at these run filler issues, high grade copies. And it seems like what happened was, during the COVID bump, you got all the keys going up and going crazy, right?
Yeah.
But nobody was really looking at these side issues, like these other like run filler issues. So they never had the COVID effect that the main big books did.
Yeah, I mean, that's
So
completely bypassed the COVID blip. Nothing sold during the COVID blip. So that's
yeah,
pre-COVID blip. Nothing sells. And then post-COVID blip, we've gone up four times virtually.
yeah, yeah. So I,
600
I
times.
I
So
thought
it's
that was
more than that. It's
interesting.
gone up
That's
5 times.
5 times. Wow, that's so insane.
That is a bit crazy. I can't believe that price. I think that's going to be an outlier price. I bet that comes down.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if it doesn't sell for a while, like you get kind of that overextended price, and then a whole bunch of copies will come onto the
Yeah, I
market
mean, it
just
hasn't
because.
sold for 5 years, so yeah,
Yeah, I've experienced that myself where I bought something where it hadn't been on the market for a while. Thought, oh, okay, I'm gotta get it because it hasn't been on the market and it's never gonna come back again. And then after me setting a record sale, uh, like a whole bunch of copies came onto the market.
yeah,
It's just like, so I think that could happen with these kind of books.
yeah.
But
Interesting.
yeah, so um, it shows a couple things. It shows that the market is fairly strong, right across board, because even these non-keys are going up. And it shows the books that weren't affected by the market, like the COVID bump, are going that natural trajectory up,
Yeah,
right? Where
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. The
that
market,
was those are my takeaways.
yeah, the market works. It's like it's the same in the comic market as in the financial market. You'd get booms and you get busts, but overall, over a period of time, gradually the trend will out. The trend is your friend.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah,
But
very good. Thank you for that, Alan.
okay, so that's the list.
That is, we're going to have to give your list a name. Let's think about
I
that.
just call it the hottest Silver Age comics of the week.
Yeah, it's not very snappy though, is it? Um,
Well, I don't know what to call it. We can call it Bob. So, yeah.
Alan's Aces. I don't know. Pollett's Poppets. No, that's no good. Anyway, I'll have a think about it. Right, that's it for this week, guys. That is your lot. We will be back next week talking about probably Amazing Fantasy 15 and Amazing Spider-Man 1. So don't miss that because you haven't seen us talk about those for a week now. So
Yeah.
there's Alan.
Okay, bye.